Thanks for taking a few moments to view this little teaching on Osteo Essentials Plus, one of our new product releases that we're introducing to the web purchasers like yourself. Very important that we understand what we're after here. This Osteo Essentials Plus is geared towards not only osteopenia, that borderline area of bone softening or bone weakening, osteoporosis. We've known for years, I have talked about this, that just loading people up with calcium is not the way to rebuild bone. Just because calcium is the most predominant source of mineral in bone does not mean that we must load you up with more. If that would be the case, many women that have been doing 1,500 milligrams of calcium a day with 400 IUs of D wouldn't still be suffering from fractured wrists and hips and so on and suffering from osteoporosis. So we're missing something. Well, there are a lot of components that I believe that we're missing, but in principle, poor sources of nutrients, number one. So I'm going to take a few minutes, go through that, and you could be a 40-something right now, you could be a 50-something-year-old, you could be a 60 or 70-something-year-old and already have osteopenia or osteoporosis. So wherever you are on that continuum, either in a proactive preventative state, whether you're borderline with osteopenia or you have full-blown osteoporosis, you cannot just depend upon a pharmaceutical. There's a lot of side effects. You cannot just depend upon straight calcium. It's ineffective. Plus, we're finding now that, particularly in women, that high doses of calcium that are unionized, meaning poorly absorbable forms, do nothing but accumulate and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. And it was odd to me that we took such a long time through study to figure that out when for years there have been tests that have been abounding and have been being used as a screening for what are called calcium scores in your arteries. What does that mean? The more calcium that is accumulated in the artery walls, the greater the thickening, calcium artery scores. Was it an innocent byproduct? Or is it a part of atherosclerosis? I think the literature is showing it's a part of it. So what we want you to know is, in this Osteo Plus Essentials, we've done a couple of things. But let me go through some of the negatives, if you will. Over 12 million Americans right now with osteoporosis. By 2020, it's projected to be in excess of 40 million women with osteoporosis. We know right now 1 in 8 women will suffer a fracture risk in their lifetime, and 1 in 3 women over 50 suffer from some form of bone softening. The overview quickly: alkalinize your diet, more minerals, more vegetables, very, very important, and fruit. Resistance training, even if it's bands, walking, at a minimum, you've got to create a resistance type work for your bones. Reduce sodas, reduce caffeine, alcohol, tobacco, all triggers for bone loss. High sodium diets also encourage excretion of minerals through the body. A diet that is very high in protein encourages excretion of minerals from the body. Why is alkalinizing the diet important? Why is using a quality form of Osteo Essentials Plus important here? Because you do not want to have a form of calcium that's unionized, first of all, which this is. Secondly, we don't want to front load you with a ton of calcium. We have very moderate amounts of calcium. We've counterbalanced it with very, very effective 4 different forms of magnesium that is also fully ionized, and that's only the beginning. So not only do we have calcium and magnesium, but we have boron, which enhances calcium and magnesium uptake and how they're integrated into your bones. Number 3, we have adequate levels of vitamin D here as a starting point that enhances calcium uptake and calcium utilization. We know that zinc is involved in regulating hormone metabolism, which indirectly plays a role in bone metabolism. We know that strontium encourages osteoblast formation. What's an osteoblast? That is encouraging, or osteophytes, if we will, precursors to osteoblasts. They are stimulatory to bone manufacture. So if I can use this mineral, not alone, but in synergism with other nutrients, I can encourage osteoblast formation, which stimulates new bone formation. We have adequate levels of vitamin K1 and K2, which are documented to reduce the incidences when an individual has them in their bloodstream continuously of osteoporosis. So now we want to make sure that we have adequate levels in here. We also have biotin, iodine, selenium, vanadium as synergistic nutrients. If you take one message away, it's not only about your diet, it's not only about what you do, it's not about one or two nutrients. It is about a synergistic, harmonious blend of fully ionized, bioavailable nutrients, no binders, no fillers, no artificial coating agents. It's a dynamite product for bone health. God bless you. Thanks for viewing this video. I know this product will help you.